Hello guys, welcome to the channel Codeboard once again, and this is Kaushik. So we are finally at our fifth tutorial, and in this particular tutorial we are not going to develop any specific application, rather I am going to show you an amazing trick in HTML. So I am expecting that you have already done a bit of HTML coding, maybe very simple, but you have done something at least. So you have used some tags, right? HTML, body, span, div, all the starting and closing tags, all are predefined in the HTML, right? But have you ever thought about creating your own tag? I mean, apart from the predefined tag in HTML. So this video is all about creating your own tag in HTML. So I am going to show you that how you can create your own defined tag and how you can reduce a hell lot of coding using these kind of tags. Okay, so let's dive into the coding. Hello, so basically we have already created two files for our project purpose. One is an HTML file and another is a JS file, right? So basically we are going to keep the JavaScript coding in a separate file for this particular project, and I am going to tell you a bit later that why I am keeping the JavaScript in a separate file. But you know, it is always a better idea to keep the JavaScript file in a separate file for any bigger project maybe, so that you can manage your code in a better way. Okay, so let's start coding. So let me first change the title. So I'm changing it as, let me say, like a custom tag. Okay, so as you can see, the HTML which is being provided by this particular editor, there are many tags, right? HTML tag, head tag, meta tag, etc. But all these are predefined tag. That means HTML has these tags has special meaning in HTML files. So browser can understand that what to do with this particular predefined tags. But apart from these tags, we can also define our own tags for our, you know, maybe better coding or better management of code, reducing coding and all many other stuffs. So, okay, so let's start creating our first tag, that is custom tag. So let me tell you that the first tag I am going to create is, you know, the red tag, red, red. So the purpose of this tag is that whenever we are going to write some code inside this particular tag, the text will be red colored. Okay, so let's start red. This should be red. Okay, so let's say that's it. Now let me go to the browser, opening this. Okay, so you can see that this text has been appeared, that is right, but it is not red because browser has no idea that what is the purpose of this red tag or anything like that. So we need to define the functionality of this particular tag. So that is why we need a bit of JavaScript code. So, okay, so let me go to the coding now, and let me link the index.js file with this particular HTML. So script src source equals to index.js and the script tag end, right? So I'm going to the index.js. So the basic structure has been defined already, that is the window.onload equals to function, and let me first pick the all elements in that particular index.html file which has tag name as red. Okay, so var reds equals to document dot get elements by tag name red. Okay, so I am going to get the all elements with red name. So this is going to be an array. So let me loop over this array for var I equals to 0, I less than reds dot length I plus plus. Okay, and let me take one by one, that is each element at a time. So reds I, that is I am taking the first ith element, you can say, and adding the style dot color equals to red. So what I am doing, that I am taking each red element and setting the color style as red, which means whatever I am going to write in the red tag, that text is going to be red now. Okay, so that's it. You have successfully created your first custom tag, just a 6 or 5 or 3 or 4 lines of code anyway. So let me go to the browser, and okay, so as you can see that the text has been converted to red. So now let me tell you that what is the benefit of this. So as you can see that you are not writing any inline CSS or any CSS in a separate file, rather you are getting this thing done just using this 3 or 4 lines of code. But you can tell me that what is the benefit exactly. The code is not being reduced because I can do it very easily, maybe a single line of CSS. But don't think about this HTML. So let me tell you that if you are writing any HTML later on from today onwards, let's say, and you are linking this index.js file with that particular HTML, and you don't have to write any extra CSS file to make your text red, right? So you just link this JavaScript file, and wherever your requirement will come to make the text color red, just use this red tag. So now I think you are getting a bit of idea that how this is going to be helpful in a long run basis. Okay, so for your better understanding, let me introduce another example. Okay, so the another example, let me say, okay, let me create another tag my form. Okay, so that's it. We have written our my form tag. So if I now go to the browser and refresh it, there is nothing basically, because there is nothing written inside here, and browser has actually no idea that what to do with this particular tag. So let me do the same thing as I did for the red tag. My forms equals to document dot get element by tag name and my form, right? Now looping over this my forms, where I equals to 0, I less than my forms dot length I plus plus, and let me define a variable here as blank, and then HTML plus equals to enter name, maybe input type equals to text. All I have to do is escaping this double quote and copy it over here. Let me say that age, and input type I can say number maybe, and let me add some line break here also. And so okay, so just one thing. Okay, everything looks good. Okay, anyway, so another line break here, and finally let me add a button maybe. So HTML plus equals to button submit button. Okay, now the thing is that let me keep everything inside a form. So form start, and finally let's say form end, right? Okay, now I'm just setting the inner HTML value of each individual my forms as this HTML. Okay, so my forms I dot inner HTML equals to HTML. So that's it. What I am doing is like that I am creating a form string dynamically and setting that string as a inner HTML value for each my form. Okay, so if I now go to the browser and refresh it, as you can see that the form has been appeared. So basically if you go to your HTML file, and you can see there is nothing written here, just a my form tag and no HTML and nothing written here. But in your JavaScript file, just we are creating the form string dynamically and setting that string value inside this my form tag, right? So now you can think like, if this kind of form is required in your application in many times, maybe let's say that you are registering your user, so you have some form fields, but when you are going to edit that same user, the form fields is going to be more or less same, right? So you can use that particular your custom tag instead of writing that same forms twice in two different files, right? So that is how this code can be reduced in a hell lot of way. Okay, so let me just show you in a bit deeper way that how you can use these custom tags in more customizable manner. So let me make a line break here, and let me add the my form tag once again, and let me add name equals to Kaushik and age equals to, let's say, 28. Okay, now let me go to the JavaScript file, and let me first define the variables of name and age. Initially it should be blank and age equals to blank also. Now I'm going to fetch these attributes from this my form tag. Okay, so how will I do that? That is very simple, like if document dot get elements by tag name my form dot get attribute name not equals to undefined, that means if the attribute is defined, then only set the name variable's value as this, right? And similarly, just let me bring it into the next line and copy it. Sorry, I have done something wrong, right? This should not be required. What I need to do is that my forms I. Okay, sorry. Anyway, so this should be something like that. My forms I, because the my forms I is the individual element, because we have already fetched the list of the my forms here. Okay, so just copy it from here and paste it here. Okay, and now for the age, this should be age and age, right? And this should be age. So I am fetching the attribute value name and age in the variable name and age, but I am checking that whether it is defined or not, because the tag like this one here there is no attribute value, so the field value should be blank. But whenever I am using the name age value inside the tag, like any other predefined HTML, we use some attributes like ID, maybe class or whatever. So I am using name and age, those are custom attributes also. So I am going to set this custom attribute in the text fields here. Okay, so let me set this thing value equals to, so this should be inside the single quote and name, right? So similarly, just copy this thing from here and paste it over here. Instead of name, just change the value as age. Okay, so now let me go to the browser, and if I refresh it, as you can say that the name and age value has been pre-filled in this particular form element. So basically, using this code, we can use our my form tag in a more customizable manner wherever it is required. You don't have to write any separate JavaScript code to set the value in the input field. Rather, you can set the attributes here, and you can use your my form tag for your customizable form anyway. So I hope you have understood that how you can use these customized tags in your custom manner in an enormous way. There is no limit of using this, and if you use it in a wise manner, then you can maybe reduce your code like maybe 30 to 40% very easily. Okay, so there are many libraries like Angular, you can say framework maybe, or the React, who provides the inbuilt support for the, you know, the custom tags. But I just wanted to show you that how you without using those kind of libraries you can develop your own custom tag in the HTML. So that's it. I hope you have enjoyed this video, and if you enjoyed my other videos also, please subscribe my channel and like this video.